I've read there are like 10,000 people living under the bridge. Yeah, the here I'll show you. The Biden admin clears camp Del Rio, Haiti, blah blah. Okay, there'll be something in here. Yeah, I mean it's all over the thing or whatever because there was just a huge gathering of them. Basically, they paused the flights because it wasn't safe. They started working on a way with the Haitian government they could make it safe. It took about a week and a half to make it safe, and the Haitian government said, "Okay, now it's safe," and now they're flying people back. And like I said, Ted Cruz jumps in yesterday, and there's video all over the place. We're going, this is a man-made problem. And in reality, they just had to do the pause. Yes, the cake lady. They had to do a pause to check in on, to make sure it was safe to fly them back. Yeah, if you keep paying attention to politics, you're going to go straight to hell. That's right. Now, I didn't know we were working with a government here. Exactly. Normal, rational. There you go. Biden administration plans mass deportation of Haitians. There's 14,000 people that were gathering. It was 8, and then it was 10, then it was 12, then it was 14. Nobody knows the actual number. Everybody, you can tell the politics of the paper though by the number. Yeah. So, this is more than 10,000 mainly Haitian migrants shelter under a bridge in Del Rio, Texas, part of a new surge of migrants that stretch to the U.S. border. Immigration Customs Enforcement is planning to ramp up deportation flights to Haiti over the next weekend, according to internal documents obtained by NBC News. Next week, ICE plans to fly 8 deportation flights to Haiti and will then increase them to 10 per week. According to one of the documents, few deportation flights just restarted in the past few days in response to a surge of Haitians. The flights have previously been paused. An important word there. I think, anyways, paused by the Biden administration in response to a 7.2 magnitude earthquake that devastated Haiti on August 14th. A single deportation flight can hold around 135 migrants. In addition to deportation flights, ICE will also begin lateral flights in which Haitian migrants will be flown to other sectors of the U.S. border for processing in order to alleviate overcrowding in Del Rio. U.S. Customs and Border Protection said in a statement Friday that its field operations office in Del Rio will temporarily close and reroute traffic from Del Rio to Eagle Pass to more effectively manage resources and ensure uninterrupted flow of trade and travel. This temporary closure and shift is necessary in order for CBP to respond to urgent safety and security needs presented by an influx of migrants into Del Rio, like government stuff, like grown-up stuff, like what you would do in response to a real situation like this. Ted Cruz and that ilk wanted them, like, why would you pause them just because there was an earthquake? Just because people are starving and just because there's no water and the power's off? Why would you not just keep flying people in and dropping them off? And also, the Haitian government said, released one statement earlier saying they're not sure they can handle the influx. This is him on Fox News. We are not sure we can handle the influx of migrants coming back into our country. It's 10,000 people. It's a country of 11 million. Of course you can handle 10,000 people coming home. You have that many flights coming in every day. The question is, why do you not want your citizens back? Is the part of it, I guess. Why aren't you taking care of your citizens? And we're helping, by the way. So, this is, this was like the big crowd because they said they were pausing the flights. So they thought, okay, this is a good time to get through, and then they just ramped them up again. And a lot of these folks are the same people over and over. So they go in the front line, they're told no, they go back to the back of the line. This happens all the time, on migrant lines coming in from Texas. 200,000 people have encounters. Yeah, 80,000 of are the same people twice. Because they think, oh, maybe it's just the border agent. Maybe it's just, if I get a nice one, they'll let me through. That's that's a lot of the plan. So anyway, so that's going on. It's adorable. And it all relates to the fact that a real problem exists. It arises. You consider your options, and then you get to work on a solution. And then while sensible people are working on sensible solutions. I was just reading something on climate change that scrolled past my screen. Could you tell? Sensible solutions. You jump out in front of the camera and say, no one's working on this and they're only doing it because I tell them to. By the way, progressives in Congress do this all the time as well. So this is a political tactic. It's not just random. Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome. Good morning. Yes, sensible pollutions might actually be a thing. I'm sure someone has made that argument. Welcome, everybody. Let's see if I can. Oh, you know what would be nice is, and I think I have it on here. Do I? Yes. Let's see. Go to here. Go to here. And then what I can do, I think, is Al outside. My anxiety is kicking over us kicking Haitians back is slowly eking away. It shouldn't be there. I mean, here's the thing. And I'll jump up. Here's our chat room. Look at that. Hi, chat room. There you guys are. And you'll see how fast it starts to go by and how hard it is for me to read it once it starts to populate. This is not irregular for any country in the world. Deportations, returning people to their home countries, wanting them to come through legally. This is not strange. The problem is that when people try to cross wanting asylum, which is a totally different legal category than just economic migrants or people fleeing poverty in their own countries and those kind of things, which, they manage to flee through 3 other countries before they get here. And those countries go, no, America's that way. That's always been an issue. Is that what you want to do is folks need to be returned to their home countries or at least provided for some sort of like means as best you can to go, no, we've actually looked at you. We've actually rejected your claim. You're just an economic migrant. You can get a job elsewhere. That's just how life works. It's the same way we kick out people who overstay their student visas and get a job from Canada and Europe and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry. You got to go. And that part's not the problem. That's normal. That's normal in every country. As a matter of fact, the United States is way nicer about it than a lot of countries in the world. Go overstay your visa in a lot of countries in the world. The difference is that what we want is our government to respond to these folks in a humane way. Canadian Sparks says, yes, it's voting day in Canada. Go vote. I won't tell you how to vote because I don't interfere in the elections of other countries. It should be fairly obvious, I suppose. Yeah, there you go, Sketch. Voted early. Very smart. Do you ever use a speed test on your internet? Yes. I did that, which was the frustrating part because the internet part wasn't the problem. That's what turned out not to be the case. I did a run on it. It was amazing. So that's why I was like, I thought it was, I have a checklist. Is the internet out? Is the internet slow? Is there something going on? Is it my computer? Is it the settings that I have? And then is it the service I use to stream, meaning Zoom or in this case, Restream? And so those are usually, the first one's the easiest to fix. The first one's easiest to check. Yes, wishing all the best for Canada. When I drink too much coffee, I get Monday morning mania. Have you tried L-theanine? Takes some of the edge off of coffee. It's recommended. If you consume a lot of caffeine, L-theanine's helpful. UK government trying to get voter ID over here. We had 4 convictions for fraud in 2019, according to the Electoral Commission. Sing Man in the Box for us. It's a little early for that. Maybe later in the afternoon. Again, in England, I don't think voter ID would be as much of a problem because you do have a government issued ID that's you don't have a federal system like we do, so they can just decree that you get an ID that matches, that everybody has the right and proper one at no cost. In the United States, the problem we have is that there's no federal ID that the states can't take away that is your representative ID for voting and your all of your inalienable rights state to state. So right now you've got every state has a different set of what they will accept as an ID versus, what they won't. L-theanine works best if you drink a cup of tea. It's basically one of the compounds that's in tea that makes tea caffeine less jittery. Yeah, hey Glenn, I'm here. It finally got going. It was I understand the ponytail, but I miss your hair down. Well, it would be down if I hadn't been fixing tech issues all morning from like 7:30 a.m. I will have it down this afternoon as long as nothing. Yeah, can you get that in jugs at GNC? I don't know. I haven't talked to her in a while. You're right. Biden's open borders are a mess. They're not open though. They're not open. The illusion that they're open, you could argue, and I think it would be smart to, is that there are more Republicans on television arguing that the border is open than there are Democrats. That every time you turn on the television, Biden has said the border's open. The borders are open, and we have an open borders policy. Who's saying that on the news that would get into South America, that would get to these people? Who? Republicans. Republicans are the ones on the air saying we have an open border policy. There is no one on the Democratic side saying we all are welcome. We have an open border policy. They're just letting people in, right? Have you seen anybody say that from the Democratic side? No. But Republicans, you see them all over the place. Yeah, the Biden administration has said everybody can come in. Oh, have they? Because they haven't. But if you're from another country and a senator from that country says our president has said anybody can come in, well, you're just going to take that, oh, well, I guess I can then. Even though the administration is saying don't come.